Just here for the politics. I'm the candidate of Ward 5 Ryan Jones of Tarboro, North Carolina, and we have Jay Kelly, councilman, Rocky Mount, Ward 7. How you doing today, Kelly?
I'm good, man. If I get any better, I have to put me in heaven, man.
So with that being said, early voting started this week. It just came, and how's that going? And
It's going, man. Numbers are extremely low. But I think, too, it's because people from Rocky Mount, that Tarboro from Rocky Mount, at least a 15 to 20-minute ride. Nashville from Rocky Mount, 15, 20-minute ride. So it's just numbers are low. But be in the library next week, so just trying to do what you can do to keep getting the people out, because that's who's going to decide who gets the seat.
So is it a thing of they switching the locations of voting, or like you're saying, or
Yes, the Board of Election Committee get together, and they done it this way. Well, like the first 7 days of early voting is just at the Board of Elections in Tarboro and Nashville. So it's no neutral location to vote at in Rocky Mount. Like normally the library, and I think numbers would be way more higher if it was in the library, but you got to do what you got to do, man. So you just pivot and adjust and try to take the cards as they dealt. And that's just where I'm at with it, man. So, but they're low. So go vote.
Oh man, mine ain't started yet. I'm just hitting the ground running. Early voting don't start October 16th for us, so that's a little different for me. So in other news, man, politics around the world. What is something you've been looking at? I'll tell you what I've been looking at recently. They trying to remap the map. I think Gavin Newsom and Trump and them talking about that area, in Texas, and Gavin Newsom is on a tear. It's quite interesting. I don't know if people really watching that story mainly for other reasons, but I don't know if you've been watching it or not.
So like bits and pieces, I guess, like I said, whenever you'll see once you get close to you're close to like early voting and everything, you're on the ballot, like your perspective of this thing change. You just try to lock in and focus on the main thing. So kind of like last night watching the USC game, I saw a lot of commercials Gavin Newsom had out in California about redistricting, and see Jasmine Crockett is going around the world talking about the Texas maps, but I haven't really kind of locked in and kind of focused on it. My focus has been shifted to just this election.
Yeah.
Kind of reading about it bits and pieces. I see that Kamala Harris has a new book out, 107 Days, and in a part of it she talked about, reading a little bit of the audio the other day, she talked about how Pick and Poop built Buttigieg with a herder because, she's an African-American woman. He's an openly man that's married to another man. So she was saying it was just a risky pick. But I like Buttigieg a lot. I do. I like her a lot. So it was just kind of one of those things like, dog. People I think took it the wrong way, but you go back and read the book and how she broke it down, you can understand her why. And I think sometimes people can take a narrative, a headline, and just run with, oh, she threw a jab at Buttigieg. But she didn't. She was just saying that it was more risky. And then, she already came in 107 days for election. Her hands were tied. She had to move, and just couldn't risk it. So I kind of, when I went back and looked at it and read the little paragraph, the chapter, I was like, I get it. She broke it down.
Yeah, so like for me, I'm glad you said that because what I've been finding out recently that religion is big in politics, and I didn't know. So every time I go talk to people, whatever, the first thing they ask me like, "What is your religion?" Like, are you a man of God or what? Of course, I am. I'm a man of God. I go to church.
Yeah.
Baptist. Then they'll start asking Baptists, "Are you non-denominational? Are you this?" And I'm like, okay, I didn't know this part. So I'm just, but I'm glad I'm a media guy that actually know how to answer these questions because I don't want to offend anybody because it could be a trick question. It could be a question that I'm just basically what I do. Basically, just be transparent and tell the truth. That's what I am. I'm a Christian, Baptist. That's what it is. That's it. That's all. I mean, not in a bad way, but I'm just saying in general, like that's what I'm letting them know because I don't want you to feel like I'm portraying something else. But those questions come out hand in, and you can put two and two together. Where the other questions go from there? They'll start talking about other communities, and and I'm like, okay, look, go ahead. What you about to say?
Now you done your part. You was transparent. You was honest with them. So you done your part. That's all you can do, man. Try to be as transparent as you can, honest as you can, and that's all you can do in that moment. because people want to know. I told you, your privacy piece is gone. People want to know everything about your life, what you're driving, where you stay, how many rooms you got, how many kids you got, you're dating, you're married. So I told you, man, everything is just out the window.
Yeah. It is what it is, I guess.
It is what it is.
Once you step into uncomfortable territories.
Oh man, uncomfortable territory is good for you. So
It is.
Of the time it's good.
It is. It builds a lot of
strength.
strength. It teaches you a lot. I agree. So now for you, what is something that sparks your mind in your race and something that you want to do? If you had everything your way, like Burger King, have it your way, what is something you would do in your ward?
Man, every piece of land I would put something on it. If it's a house, if it's an economic development with a job, and just to see people really thrive. When I say thrive, I mean ownership of homes, not only entrepreneur, but sometimes work, but also see when you go to work, what can you do to grow in the ladder? Like, what can you do to become a supervisor? What can you do to possibly become the plant manager? Different things like that, and bring the community together. Like, not make it mandatory, but people can come out and really get to know people. And not get caught up in other things, but just like to get to know the person's heart, get to know who they are. That's one thing I would do with a magic wand. Like, build more houses, bring more jobs, and just bring people together where you can unite them. And then, because I can see you on the internet, I can see you at the stoplight and think, like, I don't care for Prime.
Yeah.
But once I get to see you one-on-one and meet you, like, man, Prime a great guy. I didn't know that about you, man. Oh, man, I didn't know this. I didn't know that. So I think it'll change your perspective on people, and that thing starts from conversation. So that's one thing I would do, more unifying the community the best way I can do.
So you brought up 2 points. So the first point is more jobs, economic development, homeowners, which means they have to make some type of income to have jobs, which is great because I'll be, like I say, transparent on that. I think people don't understand, like, the more people going to work, the more people that are busy trying to take care of their own families, they don't have to be in desperation mode. And when you have jobs, you have people that are straight up in desperation mode. Not because every person is a bad person. Some people just don't want to do it. And I was talking to somebody the other day, like, look, if I can't feed my family, can't put diapers on the table, and a lot of people probably have like mixed emotions on it, and they'll probably say, well, it's your fault. You ain't got this. It's your fault. You ain't got this. Could be both. I mean, I don't know. I'm just giving both sides of it. You know, I'm not giving like a personal opinion, but like both sides. And you hear people like, well, if I ain't got no job, and I got to pay this light bill, and I got Pampers, and if I'm trying to get one and I ain't getting hired, you know, they say they leads to do desperation times, desperation moments. But I don't know, like, but then that's why I say when you have more jobs and more opportunity, I don't know. I mean, I know the rules are the rules, and I get it.
The standard.
Yeah, but it's just tough, like, hearing that, you know what I'm saying, from people, and you want to feel like what I can do to, like, help them not feel that way.
Or what can I do to just save them? And I think that's a lot of times with people. When you get into this arena, you wish you had a magic wand to save so many people. You do. People are going to come to you with problems and situations like life issues. And some of them you just try to do the best you can to connect the dots. But some of it you just be like, I got to pray for it. And you got to go to God and say, God, what can I do? The charge on my credit card, I like to help this person. So do I call Ryan, be like, Ryan, take a chance on this person to give them a job? On the other side of you got somebody else, say, coming along, you know, with a college degree, you're trying to help them, and this person can mess your name up. So it's just one of those things. You got to be willing to take the bet on
it. So the next part, unity. I believe in unifying. So I'm going to tell you a little short story about me. Make a long story short, the rooms, before I even decided politics and talking to people and hanging with a lot of different people of different ethnicity and colors, it was some people I probably said myself I would never hang with. I would never talk to. I ain't never thought about talking to them. And then you get in the room, and then they'll probably say the same about us. And then now, as I've been like growing over these past 3-4 years, talking to different people, going to different events, learning these folks, I think it comes down to communication and conversation is what you said. Because a lot of these folks are not what they think, but if you don't have a conversation, I just feel like everybody just stay in their own bubble. I don't think they really just have animosity or beef with each other, no matter the color of your skin. I think they just, some people just don't relate. But if you come and have coffee, you get to learn. And I had a few people come with me to places. I ain't gonna say no names and stuff, but have came with me, and I had to like not beg them. I'm like, man, come sit with me, man. Come sit here. You know what I'm saying? And when they come sit, here and stuff, oh my bad. So they come sit or whatever. So they started learning each other, and we talk about a lot of things from every angle in the world, and it's a conversation. But they were like one guy said, if I want to have something in East Tarboro, although that's not my ward, but I'm born and raised in East Tarboro. He was saying if he didn't know and we had a big event, he probably wouldn't come. Not because he didn't want to come or it was dangerous. He just said that he wouldn't know. He just didn't know if he would or not. He said it probably the same thing over here. He said that's why we got to have a more open mind and have real dialogue, conversation, because conversation goes to execution. Yeah. But if you ain't got no conversation, you can't start it with. I ain't saying have a conversation for the next 10 years now, and it's still the same old. That's what he said. The main thing, you just ain't coming. Because you can read between the lines, have common sense. The main thing. You can talk for the 10 years, you still ain't came. Sometimes you got to figure out what's going on now. So on that end, I ain't going to hold it up. But yeah, so I started learning, having these deep conversations with these people in different rooms. And you kind of learn people. And before you know it, after you get to know each other, they say what you say, like, they ain't bad after all. This person ain't bad after all, but everybody may not see it from the same lens. But it's been interesting, like, to see how I've been, in a gratitude way, to be in those moments to, like, have conversations with people who don't look like me. Yeah. And still being able to be open and still being able to find a way to help them as well, as well as mine, as well as my own color. But it's not about color. That's why I believe in unification. Unity is key.
And I think too, how many people you help along the way. Like, you deciding to run is gonna help somebody else decide to run. They're watching you for the heart you putting into it, the sweat you putting into it, the way you going about things. So you'll notice that too. Like, you'll be inspiring somebody else. Like I always say, motivation is fleeting. But if I inspire somebody, I'll be forever. Because motivation like an energy drink. It only lasts for so long. So always remember that when you get up, it's bigger than you. And I'm at the point where I even knew when I ran the first time, I got to a point the outcome didn't matter. It was more like, if I got to go through it, I'm going to put it all into it. But I hope somebody else I can help cross. And to see people now jump into this arena and be like, man, I really watch how you do things, the work you put in. You let me know I can do it. Like, just face your fears and just go do it. But two, don't be scared of the conversation. Like, have them. You probably want to have a lot more uncomfortable conversations than comfortable because you want to see different perspectives. You only got one. But somebody else can make you look at something different. And you got to respect people's opinion in a way. And sometimes just when you come with the opinion, come with mostly facts. Like, don't come with what you
Yeah.
Like, make sure you find out what's really going on. Because I think some people think when you, like, city council, this house here, you need to go knock it down. Well, that ain't how it works.
Right.
It's procedures that goes on. Somebody still own the house. The city don't own this house. And people be like, oh, jobs. Like, that's not how it happens. If I could heal layoffs, oh, my God, I'll heal it. I'll give it a shot. If I could.
Right.
But that's not how it works. And it's all about working together and also looking at the company may hit on a national level, a major product may have been poor for them. So they got to lay off some way, somehow. And people think, oh, well, what the city council doing? They letting them lead. That's not what we do. So
right, that's the company.
You're trying to reach and you're trying to teach, man. You try to teach much as you can about really what you can do. People think you just got a magic wand to solve all problems. And like, oh, I want to start a business. Y'all need to give me a grant. Go to the bank. Go to the bank. That's how it works. So
no, you're right. No, and I think that's another issue too. Is like a lot of people just go off of persona and what they hear say. But if everybody do their own homework on their own stuff, then you'll get a better piece of what you're dealing with from your own lens. But you go by somebody else, and I know a lot. Don't get twisted. It's a lot of people that are very credible. So I'm not questioning that. But what I'm also saying is like you still need to do your own homework on stuff before you just start jumping on things and like saying things that you don't even really have a clue about. And like you said, when it comes to laws and legalities and things that's going on, you just can't stop and do. Now, we all hate jobs or not here. We try to fight to keep jobs here. Mm-hmm. We hate when people get laid off. We try to keep people working. Mm-hmm. But it's still a lot of red tape behind the tape that people don't even have a clue about. And it's hard to come out and talk about stuff. Because for one, you can't talk about a lot of stuff for one. because in certain situations, you may have lawsuits available. If you say something wrong and you don't know what you're talking about, you might be in court, when it comes to all the conversation. So when I hear people talk, just like as they say, if a company come in here and they bring in $11 billion, people are like, oh yeah, that's great. Yeah. But they're not understanding, okay, what does the $11 billion take? Do we got to make buildings? Do we got to build stuff? Do we got to get jobs? Do we have to invest in a whole lot of other stuff?
Yeah.
Which may help. But I'm noticing with a few people already, like a lot of people don't mind bringing money, but it depends on the return on that ROI and how long the return on that ROI, return on investment is. And if you can't get them a confirmation on the investment, yeah, that's a whole nother story in itself. And that kind of scares off people. But, when you're talking about money, you got to know what goes into it. And then somebody said to me the other day, so you got to read it out. Okay, where's this going at? Where this part going at? Why this going at? Why it's going at? People just think it's just $11 billion. They're not thinking where it's at, where it's going, what's going to cost to fix this part of the place, that part of the place. The opportunity for so many people to come in, it's a lot. I mean, $11 billion it is a lot. Don't get twisted, but it's a lot of stuff behind it. Go ahead. How do we run out of time?
And I think, like you said too, man, people don't really do their homework, and you kind of going into with the city, you look like economic development. Like we'll go to like summits, and you do go with the economic development people that you put in place. They're the experts. You're just the one that can maybe connect the dots. What way can the city get water there? What way can we get you lights? What way, it's pretty much how the city. Say you may have some land that's going for this certain amount. We can sell you this, but you gotta promise to bring 500 jobs. The city, stuff like that. But it's not like you hire experts for that type of work. It's not just the city council can fly the Sarah Lee and tell Sarah Lee CEO, yeah, you come on the Rocky Mountain, you come to top, bro. Like that's not how it works. So it's a lot that goes into it. But sometimes you just got to do your research, and then you try to do your best to educate people on the facts. And this is how it works. And some people get it, some don't, and some just don't care to get it. And that's just how it goes,
Well, all right, we're at 15 minutes. We just gave y'all a little short brief on Here for Politics with me, candidate Ward 5, Tarboro, North Carolina, Ryan Jones, and we got Ward 7 Councilman J. Kelly Walker. Anything you want to say before we get off?
I know I always try to leave him with a nugget.
That's right.
One thing I found, I was talking to my dad the other day. We was talking, so like this is my guy. Like my dad, my guy. My rider. That's my best friend. My guy. So I was talking the other day, and I think I told him, Prime, along the way, I think people got lost. Some people might get a title. Some people get a social media status, and we think we made it. And I told my dad I never want to get to a place in life, Prime, where I make my friends or I treat my friends like they fans. We got lost along the way where we started treating our friends like fans. Don't ever be one of them people, man. Don't be one of them.
Yeah, that's a nugget there.
Don't be one of them people, man. And that's it, man. That's it.
Man, I ain't even got nothing to say.
That's it.
He always keep the nuggets. I'm going to leave the nuggets for him. I don't even have nothing to say on that. I'm still over here processing that moment. Yeah, no doubt. With that being said, Here for the Politics, we out.